The beautiful young girl, Zhu, is taking a bath in a pond. Her figure is graceful and charming. However, no one expected that on a nearby cliff, a man was leading an old zombie to secretly watch the girl bathe. The girl noticed the zombie above and was frightened into quickly gathering her clothes and running to the shore. But the zombie pursued her relentlessly. Who saw the girl was so scared that she fainted and immediately stepped forward to hold her. He originally intended to use the zombie to tease the girl and take advantage of her, but at this moment, the girl suddenly woke up, slapped him, and then hurriedly left. Fortunately, they exchanged names before parting, so Who didn't lose out. The girl has left, but Who's task of transporting the corpse must continue. Who was originally one of the 2 disciples of the Mao Mountain Taoist, Master Ma. He was ordered by his master to transport the body of old Mr. Ren to Ren village. To facilitate the journey, Mr. Ren had to be turned into a kind of half-zombie at first. Who thought the process of transporting the corpse would be as easy as teasing the girl, but unexpectedly, he encountered a trap while crossing the jungle. A group of bandits not only imprisoned Who in a net, but also stole Mr. Ren's body. They then transported Mr. Ren to a professor's operating table. The professor wanted to study the differences between Eastern zombies and Western vampires. The professor first injected a dose of hormones into the zombie, then used a thick syringe to extract the zombie's brain fluid. Unexpectedly, this action triggered the zombie's stress response, scaring the bandits present. The professor knew nothing about Chinese zombie, still wanting to get a clear look at Mr. Ren's face, recklessly tore off the corpse-suppressing talisman. This action fully activated Mr. Ren. Upon waking, Mr. Ren grabbed the professor and bit him to death. The frenzied zombie attacked the bandits present, causing them to flee in terror. After killing, Mr. Ren's bloodlust grew, and it left the research institute to begin a rampage. Soon, it attacked a group of gambling guests. Master Cao arrived just in time to launch an attack on Mr. Ren. However, since the Professor movement, neither sharp arrows nor yellow talismans could harm Mr. Ren. Master Cao just knew something was amiss and decided to investigate before subduing Mr. Ren. The next day, in a tavern, Master Ma and his disciple, Kung, overheard 2 old men discussing the matter of Ren village receiving Mr. Ren's body. However, Mr. Ren was 4 days late and had not returned to the village. Mr. Ren's son were furious. Master Ma knew immediately that there was a problem with Who's corpse transport, so he took Who to a room to press him for details. But Who concealed the fact that someone had stolen the corpse, instead claiming that a tiger had eaten the body. As a result, Master Ma took out his rod and gave his disciple a good beating. After a scolding, Who finally revealed the details of the corpse theft. Upon hearing this, Master Ma was worried about Mr. Ren's fully transformation and the inability to account for it to Ren village. So, he decided to have his disciple disguise himself as Mr. Ren to deceive them, and after the burial, he would have Who escape from the coffin then to find Mr. Ren's body. That night, Kung drove Who, disguised as Mr. Ren, to Ren village. After performing some rituals, Kung successfully buried Who. However, the next day, after Who escaped, an accident occurred. It turned out that they had only dug the grave but not filled it in, so Mr. Ren's tomb was actually open. Mr. Ren's son thought that grave robbers had come to steal the body, so he quickly called the police, Captain Cao, to investigate the situation. Captain Cao immediately promised to find Mr. Ren. At this moment, a subordinate reported a special incident to Captain Cao. Anxious, Captain Cao immediately returned to the police station. It turned out that recently, several villagers had been bitten and killed by zombies. Captain Cao immediately concluded that the corpses were related to the 3 Taoist priests of Mao Mountain, Master Ma and his disciples. So, Captain Cao arrested the 3 priests and put them in jail. He wanted to use a red-hot iron to torture the priests, but Master Ma calmly stated that only he could catch the zombie. Naturally, Captain Cao ignored Master Ma's threat. The next day, the Ren family came to cause trouble for Captain Cao. Considering the tourism revenue of Ren village, they forcefully demanded that Captain Cao release the Taoist priests to catch the zombie immediately. Otherwise, if the tourism revenue decreased, a captain could not afford the responsibility. However, Captain Cao only asked for a few more days, assuring that he would catch the zombie by himself. At this time, a young man named Three came to join Captain Cao. He was the grave robber from that day, and fearing the zombie would bite him, Three wanted to take refuge in the police station. At the same time, he brought a gift that could be used against the zombie, which was a safety helmet to defend against zombies, and a police baton inscribed with talismans. Three said that with these equipment, one could easily defeat the zombie. After Captain Cao personally experienced the equipment while disguised as a zombie, he was full of praise for its effectiveness. That night, Three, dressed in special equipment, patrolled the streets with his younger brothers. However, they hadn't walked around for a few rounds when they were suddenly attacked by Old Master Ren. The zombie grabbed the two and bit them. The younger man died on the spot, and Three was also killed after struggling for a while. The night was far from peaceful. The next day, the town mayor came to confront Captain Cao with a basket of equipment. The mayor accused Captain Cao of using junk equipment to kill villagers and demanded that he catch the zombie within 3 days. Although Captain Cao declared that he would definitely complete the task, he had already planned to shift the responsibility onto others. So, Captain Cao released the 3 priests from prison. The condition for their release was that they help him catch the zombie. After the 3 priests accepted the task, they encountered Zhu as soon as they entered the forest. It was then that they learned that the beautiful girl, Zhu, was actually the granddaughter of old Master Ren. Zhu hoped that everyone could catch Mr. Ren but did not want to harm him too much. Seeing this, Hu took the opportunity to take Zhu on a date under the pretext of finding a solution. When the two were resting under a big tree, Zhu took out a pocket watch. This pocket watch was originally given to her by her grandfather when she was a child. As the melodious music sounded, Mr. Ren actually arrived at the scene following the sound. The two were scared and fled in a panic when they saw the zombie nearby. In order to show off in front of the beautiful girl, Hu took the initiative to suppress the zombie. He pasted a yellow talisman on Mr. Ren's head, but after being modified by Professor, Mr. Ren was not afraid of these ordinary magical tools at all. He grabbed Hu and threw him out. Fortunately, at this moment, the pocket watch on the ground suddenly rang again. Mr. Ren did not continue to attack Hu, instead, he quietly enjoyed the sound. Seeing this, Hu quickly ran away with Zhu. The old zombie could only cry out in anger after losing the music. At this time, Master Cao chased Mr. Ren in the forest. Seeing that the zombie could appear during the day, he became even more surprised. Master Cao smeared his eyes with black mud, then he pretended to injure himself with a bow and arrow. Master Cao used this to impersonate a zombie and approached Mr. Ren. A real zombie and a fake zombie immediately performed a ridiculous dialogue. After confirming Master Cao's zombie identity, they agreed to go to Ren village together. Then the two hopped and skipped towards Ren village. However, after just a few hops, Master Cao took out the magical flag and shot it at Mr. Ren. But Mr. Ren was not affected by the flag at all, which left Master Cao confused. Next was a special thunder talisman used to suppress zombies. Unfortunately, no matter how Master Cao cast spells, he could not hurt Mr. Ren. And Mr. Ren even ate the talisman paper. Master Cao had to upgrade his equipment again. He pasted a bagua mirror on the tree trunk, then performed martial arts on the ground. Master Cao took the opportunity when Mr. Ren was watching the martial arts and rushed towards Mr. Ren. He wanted to hit Mr. Ren with the bagua mirror, but he couldn't move Mr. Ren at all. Even if Mr. Ren held the bagua mirror, it would not be hurt. Master Cao had to take out the copper coin sword, but it still had no effect on Mr. Ren. Master Cao was completely out of options, so he had to ask Mr. Ren what it was afraid of. Mr. Ren pointed to its head and said it was only afraid of injections. But Master Cao, as a Taoist priest, didn't know how to give injections. At this time, Master Cao was worried that Mr. Ren would expose his identity, so he quickly dove into the pond and hurriedly left the scene. On the other side, Hu told his master that the music from the pocket watch could calm Mr. Ren. So Master Ma borrowed the pocket watch and set up a magical array to deal with Mr. Ren. Soon, Mr. Ren came to the courtyard following the sound. Hu took the opportunity when Mr. Ren was enjoying the music to launch an attack. Then the three used the array to repel the old zombie. Next, Master Ma went forward and pasted a corpse-suppressing talisman on Mr. Ren. They all thought a life-and-death crisis seemed to be easily resolved. However, to their surprise, Mr. Ren was not afraid of the talisman at all. He grabbed Master Ma and wouldn't let go no matter how the two disciples attacked. Hu had to quickly bring the music pocket watch. Upon hearing the sound, Mr. Ren indeed calmed down again. Seeing this, Master Ma hurriedly asked his disciples to release the zombie's corpse gas. However, an accident happened again. At this time, the battery of the music pocket watch suddenly broke. Mr. Ren became frantic again. Without the sound of music, he broke free and chased Master Ma frantically. After being beaten, Master Ma could only flee with his disciples in a sorry state. The next day, because the spring of the pocket watch was broken, the three disciples had to come up with another idea. Master Ma suddenly thought of the sound of his disciple whistling while taking a bath, so he decided to attract the zombie by whistling. In the evening, Mr. Ren indeed came to find Hu and the others following the whistle. Hu was afraid that Mr. Ren wouldn't be satisfied and even whistled to him in person. So, taking advantage of Mr. Ren being immersed in the whistle, a huge stone slab fell from the sky and pressed Mr. Ren to the ground. However, the stone slab had no effect at all. Mr. Ren quickly appeared beside everyone again. Seeing this, the three could only flee in fear again. During the chase and fight, Mr. Ren bit Hu. Fortunately, Zhu suddenly arrived whistling, which calmed Mr. Ren down again. Then the three disciples carried a long bamboo tube, using the principle of sound transmission in the bamboo tube to lure Mr. Ren away from Zhu. The four were finally able to escape successfully. However, because of the failure to capture Mr. Ren, Zhu was worried that Captain Cao would kill them. So Master Ma and his 2 disciples decided to flee the town at night. However, just as the 3 had just escaped to the woods, Captain Cao's hidden men arrested them. They decided to hold a firing squad for Master Ma and his disciples at noon the next day. All of this was caused by the 3, so they must also be responsible for the tragedy in the town. At this moment, just as the execution squad was about to shoot the 3, fortunately, Master Cao shot a magical bow and arrow to block the bullets of the long guns. Then Master Cao used his magic to confuse the soldiers and Captain Cao. It turned out that Master Cao was Master Ma's senior brother, who had been secretly investigating Mr. Ren for a long time. This time, he came to clean up the mess for Master Ma. After Master Cao promised the town mayor, he left the scene with everyone. During these days, Master Cao has been studying how to deal with Mr. Ren. When he got Mr. Ren's birthday from Zhu, Master Cao decided to use his self-created thunder array to eliminate Mr. Ren on the day of the heavenly dog eating the sun. Master Cao, holding the green dragon crescent blade, stood majestically in the temple. He pinched the Dharma formula and used the 7-star lamp to open the corpse road, directly leading the zombie to the scene. Master Cao immediately waved the green dragon crescent blade and fought with Mr. Ren. However, Mr. Ren was invulnerable, and Master Cao couldn't hurt him. So Master Cao had to draw a talisman on the blade. After being strengthened, Master Cao finally cut off Mr. Ren's head with a long knife. However, Mr. Ren was very powerful, and he could actually pick up his head with his hand. This terrifying ability shocked Master Cao. Master Cao immediately directed Master Ma to trap Mr. Ren with the 5 elements array. The 5 people on the scene immediately pulled the red ropes on their hands and arranged them into a pentagram. Master Cao continuously attacked Mr. Ren with the array. While the zombie couldn't move, everyone rushed up and controlled it on the spot. Master Cao then inserted silver needles into the zombie's acupoints. Mr. Ren indeed shouted in pain. Then Master Cao kept inserting needles into Mr. Ren's body. It wasn't long before Master Cao had inserted a total of 105 acupoints. At this time, the opportunity of the heavenly dog eating the sun had arrived, but Master Cao was still 3 needles short of 108 acupoints. As for the specific location of these 3 acupoints, Master Cao couldn't remember. If the zombie is not killed before the end of the heavenly dog eating the sun, then Master Cao and everyone's efforts will be in vain. Fortunately, Master Ma took the initiative to offer himself. He took off his clothes, his body was covered with red acupoint marks. Master Ma even took the initiative to show Master Cao 3 private special ACU points. It made Master Cao suddenly remembered. So he threw the last 3 silver needles. Now all 108 silver needles were accurately inserted into the zombie's acupoints. With the thunder and lightning of the heavenly dog eating the sun, Master Cao finally eliminated Mr. Ren with the thunder array.